Hello all. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate you joining us today for Masterclass 5. In this webinar, there will be two hosts. Me, Pushpak, welcome you all to attend our session. Along with me, my colleague Yogesh is there. Yogesh, could you please yes your name?
Yeah, thank you, Pushpak. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to our master class 5. And let's hope this is very useful to you. And over to you, Pushpak.
Okay. So thank you everyone. Again, I appreciate you joining us. This session is created to let everyone know how orbit intelligence can be used to performing a freedom to operate search. What are the various few tips and method used by various peoples, and we can learn from them. Before we deep dive in, let's take a quick look how you can get a maximum or most out of this webinar and use the efficiently. In current web talk platform, you will have one Q&A box wherein you can type your questions. I will get back to all of these questions in the end of the webinar. Yogesh will help me to address all of your questions. Please do take this time to find out where are the options located for Q&A. We will be also launching some polls to and request each of you to participate. If you're joining through interface of web browser, you will not be able to see polling questions, but definitely it will be really helpful if you can use some of the Q&A box or send us your communication via email. We will be also asking you to do a reaction to a specific slide or content we are going to display. Please do locate in your device in a corner. It should be an option to do some reaction for a content. I would really appreciate if you give a thumbs up reaction to anything which is we are going to discuss today. This will help us and boost us further. We will record this webinar and share the presentation slide with you in coming days. We will be also switching between slides and live between entire webinar, and please bear with us when system hangs or some slides are delayed in this matter. If we talk briefly on what is the definition of freedom to operate analysis is searching for a pattern literature. It's a pending literature or a granted patent per se, wherein a legal opinion is sought with respect to a specific product. This definition is taken from WIPO magazine, which was published, and considerably freedom to operate is used to check for future infringement plans, or if you are owning some patents to find out if someone else says some product is covering your patent itself. Recently, I also heard one more saying, which is very much relevant to freedom to operate. Statement goes like this, and it is given by Dr. Edward. It says that a patent gives you a competitive edge, but it's only the freedom to operate that keeps you in market. So if you are looking for a business, looking for exercising your right, or looking to gain a business market, you have to also go for freedom to operate analysis in the RILE. I'll take this example and ask you to give me a poll reaction, and I'll making live for 1 minute. The poll question goes like this: what part of the patent specification do you mainly look while doing FTO search? You can use any of the option, which is title, abstract, description, claims, and it will really help us to give you insight why some portion are more relevant and why some portion are less relevant itself. Okay, thank you for giving your answers. I see around 60% of people have voted. I'll just end this poll in 10 seconds. Okay, thank you for your answer. I will end the polling right now and share you the results. As most of you have stated that claim analysis is the most critical part from freedom to operate. But some of you who are also commenting that title, abstract, and description are also important. And it is one of the hint site wherein some claims will be using technical jargon or some narrow definitions of a particular product or particular technology. So searching for freedom to operate, yes, we will focus on claims, but to interpret it, we also take help of description, take help of title and abstract, and be to some classification per se also. It gives us a scope, broadening scope for a particular claim. Yes, most of the 95% people are right. We start with claims, but that need to be also complemented with description, abstract, and title itself. Thank you so much for giving your answer and interacting with the poll itself. Now we'll deep dive in how and what are the features of Orbit Intelligence which you can use to perform a freedom to operate. In freedom to operate, preferred first database or sub database you can use is called FullPad database. In here, you can specifically focus for individual countries. This helps you to see your patent specification which are coming from keyword result set in a direction itself. Instead of seeing the entire family, if you wish to focus for a specific patent document, you can focus in FullPad. It is also recommended to use native language whenever possible, though database take care of your keyword, but in some jurisdiction, you have to also use native language to check out whether the keyword was in fact translated correctly in English term. Sometimes same term will have a different meaning in a dictionary meaning or an actual meaning itself. So performing a database search for FTO is FullPad, wherein you can look for individual country, look for language, native language wherever possible. There are some limitations which you can apply depending on your situation. And one of the application of limitation is alive, wherein you are only looking for pending or granted patent, but we need to be also careful if a lapse patent is existing and covering the specific product. You can still limit to a date. Usually people limit it to a date of a priority date, which can be 21 year till present. You can also look for a limitation with respect to geographical area, as we have seen on the top, wherein you can look for individual country, and freedom to operate search is somewhat country specific per se. Lastly, as everyone agrees that claim search need to be performed and searches can be done, wherein keywords search is limited to claim itself. We also have one more database, which is a secondary database to be preferred from, which is known as FAMPAD, where an entire family is searched. In this example, we have to focus on possible national entry. So for an example, I'm limiting my search in FullPad for Korea. Today, Korea doesn't have any publication, but there is a WIPO patent application, which can be entered as a national phase in future, maybe in next 6 months, maybe in next 1 year. So to cover that, you have to also look for patent application which can come through national entry or a PCT entry route. Again, look for exhaustive keyword, look for a live patent. PCT, which was filed in 2001, doesn't have that much impact in comparison to PCT filed in 2018 or 19. You can also look for a date, preferably depending on your organization SOP, you can choose for a specific date. Mostly PCT has maximum up to 45 months entry. So you can go 50 months depending on your situation or depending on your SOP defined in organization for FTO search. Again, limited to a claim and perform a search accordingly. All of these two combination search, which is a FullPad search and a FAMPad search, can be combined all together in search history page, and this is self-explanatory. If you wish to learn more about combining search strategy, please do visit our masterclass 1 for interface. I will take this time briefly to showcase the difference between FAMPad and FullPad records. If you perform search in a FAMPad, the keywords will be searched and entire family will be represented to you. If you search in a full path record for a claim in a keyword, it will give you a patent document which is matching with exact application number. So in this example, WIPO application number, A2 publication and ISR publication, A3 publication have a same application number, and those will be given separately. So same keyword, set of a keyword will give you single record in FAMPAT, but same set of a keyword, if you search in full path, it will give you 3 record because all application documents are separate. Now let's see in our advanced search format, how will you enter the keywords which you design, and how will you take an example to take it further for FTO search. First option, as we have previously discussed, you have to choose in keyword classification, a keyword box for a claim. Type in your keyword and limit your search to a specific claim. You can also limit it to priority date in full path environment, wherein priority date is 21 year, or depending on your industry, it can be exceeding. You have to take a step back in here and understand sometimes in pharmaceutical patent or in your industry, specific industry, patent can have extra life, wherein priority is way back earlier, and there are some divisional, there are some SIP, and there are some patent application which can be a submarine patent application. For that, be cautious about using a limitation. Limitation of a specific date or priority date should be used cautiously. You can also use an example of freedom to operate search in Orbit Intelligence, which is a legal status base wherein patents are alive in a specific jurisdiction. So by default, 2 boxes are there wherein you can add a country code. If you are adding a country code in published patent authorities, you will be limiting to a specific country only. But if you are looking for FTO search, it is advisable to use alive and then choose whether you want restriction, which is a granted restriction, or pending restriction, or no restriction. And at the end, you put the country code wherein you want to perform a search. Lastly, you have an option wherein you can choose full path as a search interface to perform a search. If this collection tab is not visible to you, please use user setting to enable in database to collection to be displayed. If you wish to learn where are these options located, please visit our Masterclass 1 recording. It will have an option to display how to enable collection in advanced search form. If we briefly talk about keyword searching, there can be multiple keyword searching in Orbit Intelligence. I'm giving one example wherein a keyword is designed and claim is used. You can search for a specific color, put a specific color for set of a keyword. You can also define what type of additional keyword can be there for a particular concept. You can choose it from here. Additionally, there can be a different building blocks for your search strategies, and you can click on a plus icon in front of it to expand your boxes. Up to 6 boxes you can choose and search for specific area. If you wish to have more number of keyword or synonyms, you can use concept browser. You can also translate queries in Orbit interface to expand your search. As we have previously spoken, a native language query should be used to perform a search. Further, there can be various strategies. First most is breaking out your search in a different building blocks. One of them is synonyms. So in your freedom to operate search, there can be various features. For an example, I wish to perform a search for mobile and screen. Mobile can be my one building block. Screen can be my second building block. Mobile can be called as a handheld device, mobile, terminal, or display device, and everything. So one block will be limited to mobile only. Second block will be limited to my screen only. You can use various truncation, word proximity to define your search strategy. You can develop a search strategy, look for synonyms, spelling, misspelling, and use various operators which we have previously discussed. As we are searching in claims, you have to look for a pro tip in Orbit Intelligence. Proximity operator are working only in same sentence. So you have to take a precaution that when you are doing claim-based search, be advised that if you are using a proximity operator, it can have some specific results. For an example, in single claim for a US, it can be defined as a semicolon. There will be a various stage. As an legal understanding, claim is a single sentence, but in a database understanding, it is a single step, single sentence. So if you are using a proximity operator and defining mobile W screen, it will be searched in a part of a sentence which is limited by a semicolon. So it is advisable, if you are using a proximity operator, please do expand it with an AND operator to maximize your search query and look for a specific result. There are various other operator and hidden operator. I would like to focus on how the database Orbit interface is taking your keyword to perform a search. Keyword 1, keyword 2, and keyword 3 are defined right now with AND operator. If you combine them in your search query and perform a search, Orbit interface is performing search in two ways, wherein all the keywords are present in same document, which is National Phase 1, or it is separate, wherein keyword 1 is present in National Phase 1, keyword 2 is National Phase 3, and keyword 2 is National Phase 3, and keyword 3 is National Phase 5. Search is delivered to you, and you might tend to notice that I want a patent reference wherein all the keywords are present in the same document, which can be any specific national phase. For that, we've defined a specific operator which is used in FAMPAT. It is termed as a SDOC operator. It is very useful when you are performing FAMPAT-based search, and search is limited to claims only, where in keyword 1, you use an operator SDOC, keyword 2, SDOC, performing keywords 3 as an SDOC. In database term, it is termed as that all of the keywords are searched in a single document, which is keyword 1, keyword 2, keyword 3. Instead of present in National Phase 1, 3, and 5, those will be grouped together and given to you as a result. Thirdly, SDOC operates within the sub-databases. Orbit has 4 kind of a sub-databases, which is one is bibliographic. So if you are using claims level and combining keyword which can be in title, which is hardly a case because we are doing in a claim-based search right now, SDOC operator works within the sub-databases itself. So if you can combine title SDOC abstract, title SDOC names, classification, or assignee names, but you cannot combine title SDOC claims or description or any other sub-databases itself. If you have any questions while using this operator, please reach out to us using help.asia@questel.com or reach out to your relationship manager. Now let's see live how this entire system looks like and how you can take an example and read them. Let's say for an example, I am right now in advanced search. I'm performing a search. I have to limit it to claim. So I'll just deselect title and abstract, choose and claim. I'll choose again title and abstract in claims, wherein 2 boxes are related to as an AND operator. If you want multiple boxes, click on a plus icon and it will expand you a separate box. If you have to change the operator in here, so by default, the first box and the second box is an SDOC AND operator. To change the operator to SDOC operator, you have to use command line, which is present at the bottom, which says show command line. Once you click on that particular interface, it gives you an interface that my first keyword, which is Opal Mine, and second keyword, which is machine, both are combined as an AND operator. You have to specify and change an operator here and type it as SDOC. Once you choose this interface, both the keyword will be given in a same patent document in a FAMPAT environment. Further, you will also notice that we talked on a live patent. So by default, when you are performing an FTO search, usually the tendency is to put the keyword directly in here, national phase like Philippines, and put the 2 INID name for a country, Philippines, India, and perform a search. I would recommend not to use it here, to use in the option of alive, use no restriction or look for granted or pending alone, and type in your country wherein you want to perform a search with. We'll see live example how it is different to perform a search in published patent authority and how it is different to perform a search in legal status per se. Further, we will also see that how it looks like to do a search and combine the search strategy in search history. Now let's fall back to our presentation slide and discuss more on how you can maximize your search query and what are the features available which can help you further doing freedom to operate search. One of the option which is termed as that how can you expand or limit your search results depending on the situation of freedom to operate keyword search. Sometimes it happens when you are performing a keyword search, it doesn't give you enough results. You have to expand your keyword strategy by using different truncation. You can also look for stemming of a particular keyword, which is ing, ed, s, plural, singular forms. Look for different spelling, choose native keywords and perform a search. There can be a situation wherein less results are there, keywords are exhausted. You can expand it by classification code. You can also expand it by including citations or semantic analysis. Don't forget, when you are performing an FTO search, it is different from freedom patentability search. You most of the time you know that who are your competitors, who are the top inventor in that particular patents of a competitor. Use this strategy to expand your search instead of limiting only to claim. You can expand those assignee name and inventor name in your Orbit advanced search form. Drastically, on another phase, you might have a situation wherein you have too many results. How can you reduce the noise? You can use more specific terms, generalized terms can be reduced. You can also use relevant concept to reduce noise from your search results. You can use limit truncation from plus unbound truncation to a specific truncation like question mark. Plus will give you more wider result set, but since you know that what kind of keywords can be there, so if I use net question mark, it doesn't use the keyword or give me a result set wherein network is as a result set is available. So it reduces your noise from your search results and you can come out of overcrowded result set from your keyword. To see how it looks like when you are using a class code, it is similar to our patentability example, wherein search results are conducted, selected, and you can click on top icon in Orbit interface, which is the second last icon, and look for top international classification or be it any classification depending on situation of country. Please also make sure that you also know the evaluation of classification. Earlier, prior to I think some year earlier or decade earlier, US followed US classification system, not the CPC classification system. CPC is quite new. So if you want to expand, don't limit to CPC alone. Also expand to US classification, which was used 20 years earlier. So you have to expand and look for ways how the patent document can be written and which classification it might have classified with. You can also increase the precision by using classification as an AND. When you click on that, it will take you to advanced search form back again, and then you can expand your search results. You can also expand your FTO search by using technology domain. Orbit give around 35 technology domain to perform search with, and results are populated to you, and those are given, which will help you further to minimize noise from your search result itself. Let's see live how it looks like and how classification you can use to perform search with. Let's do a search wherein the keywords which was Opel machine in claims was used and machine as a claims was used. Search was performed as an AND operator. We changed to SDOC operator, but okay, it's giving me no results. So I'll just remove this strategy and use mining. As we discussed earlier, both the boxes are separate in an AND operator. Even if from here and perform a search by clicking on this button, it will still take whatever is written in form. So if you put up the search button here, it will take an as an AND operator. But if you have changed something from here, you have to choose the search button, which is available in the corner of the bot. So let's perform a search. You will recall that I changed an operator in command line button, but since I chose the form search button, it took an example of an AND operator which was on the fly, which is available. I limit my search query to Philippines. So you'll notice that search query was patent is alive in Philippines. It gave me all the results wherein all the keywords were there. In case you want to expand your search results or minimize your search results, you can choose a top button from here and choose classification system. All of the classification will available here. Choose the classification which you find relevant. Read the definition from here. If you perform an extend, it will take as an OR operator. If you put it in a limit, it will choose an AND operator. And once you click on OK, it goes back to advanced search form wherein classification will be pre-populated and you can perform search based on that. So it will be IPC. Okay. So those will be taken care and search can be performed on the fly from that particular result set. Now comes to the questions that how can I limit and what is the difference? How can I choose an technology domain? So technology domain is present in classification. In classification, you can click on technology domain and choose I'm looking for heavy machine or looking for a specific mining technology or metal and metallurgy. And patent will be limited to that specific technology domain. Let's limit our search results with no restrictions and choose material and metallurgy for this specific set of keyword to find out what are the top assignee level and how you can take an advantage of limiting your search query to a specific assignee. In your domain, there can be multiple patent documents. You can select all. To use the top button, you have to first select all the patent document and then choose top assignee from here and know those assignees that this is the top assignee and I want to choose and refine your search itself. Once you perform a search, so I'll take an example of 2 and it goes to my names and numbers wherein assignee name will be populated and then you can limit your search result to that. If you don't change an operator directly from here, it will be treated as an AND wherein your keyword will be combined. So this is your keyword which is combined directly in here, all the keyword, classification, technology domain, and assignee name. You can change an operator directly from here wherein you say show command line and choose maybe I don't want to limit it here, change as OR operator and as an OR operator. Whenever you change an operator directly from here, please make sure that parenthesis dependency is not conflicting. Whenever you change an operator, it should not be combined with a different operator. All the operators should be separated precisely. Even if you don't define it, system will prompt you that they are not separated altogether. Please define your parenthesis altogether and then perform a search directly from here. Now let's fall back to our presentation slide and learn more on what are the other ways wherein you can perform a freedom to operate, which is very, very, very basic way. In case you are not expert in designing keywords, how can you take an example of semantic search? You can use your product description altogether and paste it here and define what type of keywords concept should be chosen from that particular paragraph and perform a search. It's a lucky hinge wherein you might get a patent document which cover that particular product and get a building block, what type of classification can be used and what is the product per se. You can also use our IP litigation module wherein you can define a product name, and it is another lucky hunch wherein if you put a product name, just like in this example, I'm putting iPhone, I perform a litigation based search and it gives me, this is a litigation which is going on, plaintiff and defendant, what are the product which it's covering, what are the patent I should consider to perform my freedom to operate search. Let's see example how it looks like in real world. When you hover on a magnifying glass on left hand side, it gives you a module which is IP litigation module. In here, when you are performing a search, it's not getting populated. If you are performing a search directly from here, put your keyword as a product name, iPhone. You can choose any other product name and define common names also. Click on a search and it gives you n number of litigation associated with that specific product. You can choose any random patent document wherein you know that this is the assignee of that particular product and choose whether it was a plaintiff or defendant. He is a plaintiff here. So I'll choose and expand this particular litigation and choose what are the patent he consider to be related to iPhone X or any other brand. This is one of the way wherein you can get hold of a patent which might be covering, and sure shot, this will be one of the candidate for your freedom to operate search. Now let's fall back to our presentation slide and look for what are the things which you can also expand your search. It is not about keywords. Sometimes you have a specific set of a technology wherein search need to be done for a specific tech. In this example, I'm taking chemistry, wherein molecule is a candidate wherein search need to be performed, and we index our patent documents with no delay, wherein patent families, whenever they are added, they are indexed for structures. You can perform structures in a multiple way, wherein common name can be used. You can do substructure or structure search, exact search. Define your limitation, whether it should be searched only in claims, title or abstract, or description. You can also draw a molecule structure on the fly and define your R group associated with them. Up to 6 different molecules can be chosen in search, and search can be done. Further, if you are limiting it to claim, that will be highlighted in a claim that where their molecules are there. In this example, I'm choosing 3 search, wherein 3 molecule, wherein acetaminophen, aspirin, and ibuprofen as a structure is taken, and it is combined, gel is present in claim itself. So you'll notice that all of the molecules are taken, and you also get wherever that keyword is present in claim itself. You can also take an example, this situation, to also check for claims and also check for images. Sometimes it happens that structure is drawn in images, and then you also need to cover. You can also have an example to perform an FTO search for a biosequence. You can put a sequence in our biosequence module, define it as in a FASTA format, look for protein or nucleotide sequences, and look for where they are present. Once you perform a search for a sequence, it will give you family-wise result set wherein all the family member will be combined together, and you can perform search based on that. All the alignments and everything will be given, and you can compare where my sequence is 100% matching, or is there any variants available. On top of it, you get a unique filter in Orbit Biosequence, which says that limit my result to claim where it is claimed itself. It helps you to further limit your FTO search for a sequence wherein thousands of patent documents are minimized, and you look for your freedom to operate via claim itself. Further, as a pro tip, you can use a specific kind of alignment search wherein query is used as a query and subject is used at 100%, but alignment, which is matching of these 2 sequences together, as an alignment 100% or more than 90% per se. All of the searches we have seen till now can be combined in search history page, but I want to give you a unique example. You can use easy search bar on the top, wherein you can type step number, which is front digit of a particular search string, and you can combine it without going to search history page. As an easy search bar wherein you can combine it together and use it together. Now let's see how it looks like and how you can combine those search strategy in Orbit interface. If you recall, we did some searches here. So earlier we did some searches, and those searches you can combine it together. So in easy search tab or search history tab, you can combine step number, let's say step number 8 and step number 9, and you say 8 or 9. Press a search button at the bottom, and it will combine these two search steps together, and it will give you a pool results. So for an example, if you perform a search for a biosequence, so let's do a search related to a biosequence, wherein a search strategy is used. Search strategy is used and search form is filled. So right now you have a search sequence in a FASTA format. You can define various parameters like e-values, look for nucleotide and protein both, look for patent and non-patent literature both, and look for how many results you are expecting from a result set. Once you click on a search button, it will deliver a search results. Search results will usually looks like this, wherein when you click on search button, a populated result set will be loaded. In here, you will have capacity to view what are the sequence, how it is matched, what is a query sequence, what is a subject sequence, and how it is matched together. You can expand the alignment directly from here and check out whether any differences are there in query and both. You also have capacity to choose that I want my alignment to be more than 99% and choose it from here. To save time, we are not limiting it right now, but I would like to show you where my sequence is related to claims. I'm getting 199 result set. When you apply a filter, sequence limited to a specific claims means the search which I have done, they are also claimed per se. Once you apply a biosequence filter, which is a sequence claim filter, your search result will reduce from 199 to 48. You can expand your search results directly from here and check out which claim number my sequence was present. Is there any change which is there, any mutation which is there, and apply filter according to your situation itself. If you recall, we talked about combining search strategies in search history. Similarly, when you are performing a search for a molecule, I'll choose in a search for a molecule directly from here. Let's open up a structure directly from in an interface, or let's put a name directly in here and say as do an exact search or limit to a specific country. Once you do all of these kind of a search, you can combine all of your searches in search history tab or choose it directly from on the top, wherein you say that whenever I am performing a search associated for a specific keyword, those are combined together, wherein a sequence search or a search for a particular molecule, both are combined in an interface wherein 12 and 13. So I'm looking wherever this molecule is combined with the antibody which I'm looking for, and it gives me a unique one pattern document wherein sequence was claimed. It has a molecule also, and it is giving me a exact result set. Once you open that result set, it takes care of your alignment. It also takes care of your sequence or structure search which you have previously performed, and it gives you an example where this structure is specifically present. Now, till now we have seen that what are the ways wherein you can combine various search strategies and combine it together in advanced search bar or search history page. We also have a separate kind of a search, FTO search, which need to be done. Apart from doing it to chemistry or a biosequence, you should also do a freedom to operate search in industrial design, wherein your keyword can be there in a design patent application which was separately filed. We give an example of a bottle. Bottle as a keyword is present in title, and that search is performed in all the countries by clicking on a search button, and it gives us certain result set. If you are doing an FTO search, you should also look for a description. So in the drop down of a title, you also have a drop down for description, wherein same keyword should be used, wherein you have to combine these two search strategies together and use for specific result set. Now you can also maximize it again further by using specific competitor or specific Locarno classification. You can also use command line button at the bottom, which is saying that instead of doing two separate search, which is bottle in description, bottle in title, I want to do a separate together, wherein in command line strategy, you can type in PESC. Let's see how the results looks like. Results looks like this, wherein all the views are given for a particular design patent application, and your keywords will be there. You can view them and save them in your work file altogether. Now let's see in an interface how you can do it. When you hover on a magnifying glass, you have capacity to choose for industrial design. Once you choose an industrial design, you have option to choose for advanced search. Let's say you are looking for mining and cap, and it is search in title. And once you click on show command line, it gives you mining and cap, which is in title alone. If you wish to search in a single search query for description also, type in your name. As a reminder, don't click on this search button, click on a search button which is available at the bottom, and your search will be more exhaustive, and it gives you wherever in title or description, mining and cap is there. For an example, this patent document, in design patent application, entire mining cap is there. You can also take an example to define what is the Locarno classification which has been used. Sometimes it is a national classification, and that you can also use to perform a search for that specific keyword on the fly. All the result set which you find here, you can save them in your work file by clicking on a move or duplicate button on the fly. This is also useful to go through a search history wherein you can combine your search strategies, and similarly it gives you an option to perform a combination of a search strategy altogether. Now let's take this example this time to ask for a reaction from each of everyone. I'll launch a poll for each and everyone, and we'll wait for 1 minute for an answer. And poll question is, which of the following module you would like to try to deliver better FTO report? Thank you so much for answering your question. We'll wait for 40 more seconds. Okay, I see a few people are voting. Thank you so much. Okay, we are coming to end of our 1 minute. Okay, I will end the polling. Thank you so much for everyone for giving an answer for this poll. Now let's see how, till now we have seen what are the various kind of searches are there, how you can pull up your result set, but the ultimate question comes is that how we review and how optimization can be done, what optimization can be done to a result set, and how can better interface can be there to review a result set for an FTO. As you might have previously seen and you are aware from our interface webinar, Masterclass 1, you can customize your Orbit result page by choosing 3 different tabs. One of the tab is a filter tab to identify and check it out. What are the classification? What are the assignees? What are the opposition happened? What are the litigation happened? Also, you get one more middle tab, which is middle table, which is result view, wherein you can see as a title, abstract, images. You can change the display code directly from here. On right hand side, you also get a preview window wherein you can choose, I want to see images, claim for a document which is present in the middle tab. You can also use KWIC tab when you are doing in patentability or in FTO and customize it further. The preview tab, which you see on right hand side for a result page when you expand, can be further customized for better FTO analysis. It has one button which is known as edit preview, wherein you can define, okay, I'm doing analysis for mechanical invention. I want to see first drawing first, so image will be available to you. Once you do a preview wise image, your result is much faster. If you display all the images in a result page itself, your display will be quite slower to load. And if you have certain time limit or working on a slow internet connection, please use this method to display image in a preview tab. You can also change an order which is available in a preview tab, and we'll see live how you can customize it further. In a preview tab, some experts use this method wherein they customize their edit preview to choose title on the top, choose granted or a pending patent, because we are doing an FTO analysis and I want to quickly know whether the patent was granted or a pending in a specific country which I have interest on. You might also look for a specific assignee. Sometime it happened that patent was filed by university, but later on it was sold to your competitor. And if you are doing analysis by reviewing claims and all the details, but not focusing what my competitor has acquired, and by seeing a name of an assignee, which is a university, and I want to just say that, okay, they will not file an infringement suit, we might miss out. In this example, Intel was original, but it was acquired by Apple. It is very important patent for me, and this is a critical information for an FTO report. So you can customize and deliver. Currently, it has been customized for an IT industry, wherein standard essential patent are important. And being it without analyzing a claim, if it is part of a standard essential patent, it is important to me. And I would like to deep dive into each and every aspect of a family member, whether it's a divisional, whether it's in a CIP, whether it's a child patent in Japan, or orphan patent itself, entire INPADOC family member, I want to review it. Not a specific limited to one specific claim. So maximizing or specifying your preview tab is critical when you are doing an FTO review. Further, you can also define at a patent level what tab will be more important to you, what tab will be not important to you. Sometimes we don't want to see citation tab, we don't want to see concept tab, but we want to see claim tab or description tab. By clicking on a plus icon, you can expand and say, I am interested in full text, I am interested in description and claims per se. Now let's see how the results can be customized live and how you can review it further. Let's go on a patent view. In this patent view, so let's say in this patent view, I have one preview tab. So this preview tab is there. You can maximize and minimize. So by default, this is 3 window tab. You can minimize all of these, preview like this, maximize it from here. Whatever the situation is more important or filter more important to you, you can activate and deactivate by clicking on a filter option and choose that which filter is important. By default, some are activated, deactivated. Maybe IPC is not important or license is not important, you can deactivate and use it further. Secondly, you can also expand a display view. So I'll just go back to a keyword search instead of, I'll expand this one. You can expand it by saying that interested in abstract. Abstract will be shown to you. and result will be delivered automatically. You can also go with all drawings, and all drawings will be shown to you. Now it is important to know, and we have previously discussed on this, that when you load up all the images, it takes up of browser memory, and sometimes if you are working on a slow internet connection, as everybody is working from home, it might be a challenging situation. So choose wisely what display feature is available to you. Make it compact if you want a faster result from Orbit interface. You can also expand a preview window from right hand side and specify which type of a tab you want to activate. In this example, I have a granted and pending available. You can click on a preview tab, edit preview tab, and say litigation is more important to me, opposition important to me, I want to know protected country, family number, reassignment, standard. Whatever thing is active to you, maybe standard are more important. I click on an arrow, it goes on the top, and you can view it. So customization can be done depending on your situation or things which you want to perform search with or review it fast, and first foremost, you can save it. Once you save your preview, it will be available for all your future search unless until you change. So if you define your filter, define your preview in a result page tab or a preview tab directly in here, those will be saved for all your future search. So if you are doing only freedom to operate, you can customize it and it will help you to better deliver results. Sometimes you also wish to go for a KWIC tab wherein all the family members or results you want to view, that where my keywords are there and what are the kind of results which will be available to you to perform a search. It is also one more indication wherein I want to know where my keywords are listed. If you are doing title abstract claims together, where my keywords are there in claim, which family member is important, and I want to review it on the past. You can also get variants of your keywords, wherein your keywords, how they are located and how you want to view it further. Further, by clicking on a title of a patent specification, you get all family members, define what things you want to review it further and which tab is important to you. By clicking on a plus icon, you can define what tab is important and activated and deactivated. In a preview tab, you can also activate a complete specification. So sometimes PDF document is more important in comparison to text, which you see here. You can activate a complete tab by clicking on a plus icon and maximizing your preview. By clicking on a shortcut or clicking on an arrow at the bottom here, you can switch between the documents one by one without going to list of a result set which we are previously getting. So for an example, this patent document was important to you. You click on this patent document, PDF will be opening, claims will be there, and you can review your patent result set in quick time. If you find a particular patent document important while doing an FTO analysis, feel free to choose on the top, move or duplicate on the bottom, and choose this patent to maximize and say that this patent is important and I want to transfer it to my FTO list, which is a short list itself. This way, it will help you to perform better FTO analysis on the fly. You can also make an image view directly from here, all the images. First image will be loaded. You can also expand by clicking on this hexagonal icon or octagonal icon, and it will show you what are the all images available for a particular patent specification. Instead of browsing through one by going on the top here, you can use and maximize, and if something is relevant to you, click on that and it will show you on the top directly from here. Now let's go live. Let's go to our presentation slides. So till now we have covered how can you maximize your result view and view it further for your better FTO analysis. Sometimes you want to have, apart from a search results keyword, you want to highlight some of the important keyword which can maximize your search screening. You can use pencil-like icon on the top, middle top of the Orbit result page to create and highlight. This highlight will help you to deliver or see patent specification in a different context with respect to your keywords and review your patent document quickly. In this example, we are seeing that there are some keywords which were there, and I am highlighting a claim tab with respect to my keyword. I would like to notify in here, if you are doing a freedom to operate analysis, please use block method, which we have seen previously. If I'm choosing keyword mobile and screen, mobile will be yellow, screen will be pink, or all other keywords. When you define your keywords in a different context for a highlight, your review is much more faster, wherein as a graphical view or a pictorial view, you will know that my keyword, which is critical or not critical, and where they are located in a specification. Now let's see how it looks like in interface. So let's say for an example, I click on highlight button and choose, let's say it is expression as a keyword. Maybe I am looking for sequence, SEQ as a keyword. It can be different block. Expression is there, sequence is there. Then you have maybe maybe a keyword which talks about home, which talks about cell east. You can give a name, a unique name associated with it. Let's say it is webinar 5. Once you click on OK, your profile will be saved and you can use it upfront. Now you'll see that east is there, expression is there, everything is highlight, and it is pretty much fine to perform. Based on your order of keywords, a highlight will be available. So first highlight will be yellow, second will be your pink highlight because I have choose pink, and third one will be your east highlight, which will be available on the fly. You can also go to a description and choose where your keywords are there. And it gives you an embodiment view wherein all of these my keywords, where they are located with each other, and then you can define it freely where they are located. Now, till now we have seen that expression is there, east is there, but what if I want to look for a statement wherever expression and east are together, or expression and let's say nucleic is there together. In highlight, whenever you are doing, you also have a operator based highlight wherein proximity is done. So let's say you have 10W, or let's say 20 word. Within 20 word, nucleic is there. So I'm just defining right now that nucleic acid is there with respect to expression. And when I apply, though my expression as a keyword is there separately available, but it is only giving me highlight of a yellow, wherein my logic of expression and nucleic is matched. This is really helpful when you are doing an FTO analysis, wherein, yeah, we want to highlight, but we don't want to highlight wherever the expression is there. I want to highlight wherever my logic is matched and I'm looking for this specific scenario per se. Maybe whenever you are doing an FTO analysis, you have to look for specificity and maximize your output in minimal amount of a time per se. You can also use D operator here to maximize that. Instead of expression is coming first, nucleus is coming later, you can also have 20D, wherein both the keywords can switch the places, and once you save that, you can reopen it. If you have saved a profile, you can reopen it by clicking directly from here. So you see that my profile, which is saved previously, and you can use it here. To read a particular pattern, you can also use and save certain profiles. So for in this example, I have applied a particular profile wherever some pH is there. Let's go to a description and say wherever example is there, wherever some specific pH is listed, I want to get specific pH listed, and I want to get highlight wherever this particular thing is there, wherever example is there and there. You can save specific profile, and it really helps you speed up your review purpose. Maybe I want to see where are my pH are there. Maybe you want to see that wherever the concentration of this particular molecule or nanomolar concentration is there, define it in your highlight profile, and it really speeds up your review purpose. Instead of using control find, you can use this method to do a specific example. In case you need a help to define highlight profile, please do reach out to us. We will help you to set up a profile for you in your Orbit account. Now let's see, till now we have seen that how it looks like and how you can use highlight profile. As a pro tip, you can use proximity operator to define your profile for an highlight. You can also do a claim comparison, which is pretty much critical when you are doing an FTO analysis, freedom to operate analysis, wherein application claim are compared with a grant claim. In Orbit Intelligence bibliographic page or the preview page, you have capacity to change beside PDF icon. There will be one more icon with two arrows side by side. When you click on them, that you can compare patent specification together, wherein earlier there was an application, it was granted, what are the keyword which was taken forward, what were amended, altogether you can compare it and review it. This is sometimes critical to understand prosecution history estoppel. Sometimes it is also useful to understand why he limited, and sometimes it is understandable the product or FTO search which you have done, you found result in application, but it was not granted, and we are good to go. You can also check legal status just beside the compare icon. Apart from the legal status in Orbit Intelligence, we give a hot link to Intellectual Property Office, which can be UK Patent Office, USPTO, or any other areas, wherein you can see how what is the exact legal status for that particular patent. Now let's see how it looks like when we go to result page. And let me just come back our search history, and let's choose maybe this particular patent doc result set. Expand the preview window from here. We see that you can compare a result set directly from here. Expand the result set directly. Let's go to record. This is a good record to view. When I come back here, you have option to choose a compare, wherein you can compare WIPO or any other patent document. So let's say this is US application, and select on a right, you want to have US granted version, and both of them, when you click on a compare, it will help you to compare the patent document together. You also have an option to go to patent office. When I click on, let's say for an example, I click on this White House like icon, it takes me to register directly a page, wherein it gives me some legal status, some assignee, and you want to cross check whether that particular patent application is there or not there. You can also choose maybe let's say US version. It goes to USPTO. You can put a CAPTCHA and then read more about it. So it will load. Okay. So it takes a slight amount of time. So it will load, and then you can search based on that. You can also take an example and read more about this particular patent document by going on legal status for that particular patent family and review where it is lapsed, granted, or what is the expected expiry date, and make your search more exhaustive. We took a keyword wherein opal and mining is present in title abstract claim. We have not limited it for a live purpose, and it gives you a better indication. You will also notice that it has in a result page, if you are doing a keyword search, if it is a red means that patent family is dead. If it is blue, means patent family is alive and you can take action over it, and you can review where it is granted and pending patent document. So till now we have seen how the legal action is there, how you can compare a patent specification together with respect to granted and pending, and check for legal status per se. Sometimes you want to find out, sometimes you find patent document and how you can store it. We have seen in a bibliographic page how you can store it by using move or duplicate. You can also use result page itself, wherein all the patent results set with respect to claims, a narrow analysis which you have done, and saved it to a particular list. And from there, whatever you find very relevant, you can move it to your work file interface itself. If you find a particular patent which has lapsed or patent which has been granted, it is recommended to create a legal status based alert. By default in Orbit interface, you can create alerts for legal status changes. There is one more specific alert exists in Orbit interface, is known as legal status update. It is a chargeable interface wherein if you save for a particular patent, that this particular patent document, which is country code related, any publication change, any national phases changes, any legal status based changes there, I want to get notified. This is a chargeable event wherein you can save legal status based alert in Orbit interface. Now let's see where it is located. Once you hover on this particular bell-like icon, it has legal status alert. Once you click on this particular icon, it gives you a capacity to choose what alert you want to create. You can create a new alert, give a specific name, define when you want to get alert, bi-weekly, weekly, and specific range. You can also get that I want all family member associated or any specific number. When you put a number, define what type of number it is and deliver it to specific email alert. You can also send alerts to a specific another person apart from you, and this is a manual alert which we do for our customer. You can also create alert from our interface by going on search history page and define alert from here that with respect to a number search of patent for freedom to operate, which you have selected, I want to find out any legal status changes there. You can create alert based on it. To learn more about alert, I welcome you to our next masterclass, which will be conducted next week on Wednesday. Please do register for it, wherein we will discuss what kind of alert can be saved, what are the various settings, and you can use that to maximize your freedom to operate result set. Further, when you are doing search, you can expand beyond till now whatever we have discussed. If you find and save certain result set, for an example, I did an FTO search. I find few documents are important to me. I save them in my list. Those lists you can further drill down to look for citation search, which is a forward backward citation, which is important to understand that I found some important patent if they were part of any platform technology. So if you do a backward citation or forward citation, you tend to cover patent document which are platform patent, and it helps you to further expand it further your freedom to operate search. When you are doing search for certain technology, for certain freedom to operate search, you can expand it by clicking on advanced citation search. We have covered exhaustively in our first class, masterclass 1, wherein interface was there. You can limit your search set. As a pro tip, for a particular competition, if you are doing a forward and backward citation, it might end up 500, 600 result set for a very good industry platform patent. As a pro tip, you can limit it to a specific inventor or a competition which you know by default, and specifically focus fencing patent, Means I found 5 patents, but those were further cited by a same assignee as an applicant or an one examiner, and there are some fencing technologies apart from the patent which I have shortlisted altogether. It is a very valuable step which you have to use when you are doing freedom to operate analysis. Further, whenever you find a result set, so all of the result set which you find, you can store them in your quick list together by clicking on move and duplicate. You can, if you find a platform patent, so for an example, first patent was a platform patent, I missed it in my keyword search results, I can still deep dive to citation search for that particular patent and click on the briefcase icon on the top on right hand side and store them in my FTO quick list to maximize my review and cover all the patent per se. You can also use this example to maximize. So let's say take an example, live example, and see how you can maximize this further. So for an example, I find all of these patents. Let's say these 2 patents are also important. I store them in my list. Let's say I had an FTO which has 6 documents. I just copy it here, move it to my FTO. Now it becomes 8 patent document because I have chosen 8. All of the patent document in FTO were open by clicking on quick list from here. All of the document are chosen. Let's go to citation search. Let's choose for search, cited, and citing patent. It is an exhaustive, backward, forward citation complete. It gives me 382. Now I'm not interested in 382. Maybe I'm interested that it is for mobile terminal and LG is most important. I go to my assignee level, choose LG as an important, Apple as an important, limit everything. These are the most important patent because this is my competitor. Select all of them, transfer them to my FTO folder. So this way you can expand, look for peripheral patent or a patent which can be a fencing technology or a patent FTO search which you are doing or performing a search to. You can also use this method further by finding a particular platform patent. So let's say this is an Apple patent, platform patent. We go to citation tab, it is not activated. I will activate from here, citation. Once the tab is, the forward and backward citation for this platform patent is loaded, I'll just go back to complete and open it up again. You can click on a briefcase like icon, which comes on the top of list. And save it in your list itself. You can do it for both, which is citing patent and cited patent both, which is forward and backward. So right now it is cited. Click on this list. All the previous citation platform will be saved for you. Then you go for another type of a citation at the bottom. This is very big platform patent. And so here you have another tab, which is this big one, citing, and you click on a briefcase icon in front of it and transfer it further. So this helps you to expand your search, even if your keyword were limited. This strategy really helps you to expand your FTO to a next level. You can also take this example, do this method to your result set for your design search. Similarly, export it in your work file and expand your search criteria altogether. This is also useful when you are getting a patent from IP litigation module. Do a number search and do this exercise to maximize your search results altogether. Similarly, you can also perform a similarity search, which we have gone through previously in our patentability webinar. This helps you to expand that by way of classification, by way of assignee name, by way of forward backward citation, by way of concept. If some patent are missed, you can get them and save them in your result set together. Further, as a pro tip, you can limit it to your specific competitor or inventor altogether. Add the relevant list or result document which you find relevant, 99% or 80% documents, depending on your technology. You can save them in your FTO report further and screen them at the end. You can also perform a search for a next level, which is going for litigated, licensed, or opposed patent. For an example, I did an FTO search. In that FTO search, I find patent is licensed. This helps you to take it further, and in your Orbit interface, you give one hyperlink to open up a licensing agreement in US, wherein I found one patent for FTO, but there were one contributing patent which was licensed together. It can be one of the critical factor for your FTO result set. So also look for litigated licensing patent where it is located, and you can view it in licensing agreement per se. You can also expand your FTO results by going for a litigation from a result set per se before performing a search for IP litigation alone. Result set you can expand and say that these are litigated, these are very important patent, and I should do a better evaluation for all of these patent document because applicant is exercising his right for an infringement suit. You can view the result of what are the patent document associated with that particular litigation and expand your FTO report. You can also expand your FTO report by going for an opposition. In this an opposition, though you find a patent document, a candidate for your FTO search, it is granted, it is valid in your country of market, but it has been opposed. So you can appraise your FTO report and say, though the patent is granted, though the patent is valid in jurisdiction of our market, but it has been opposed. And while reviewing opposition document, you'll come to know and make an evaluation whether the patent will held valid or not valid. And this information will help you, your R&D team or stakeholder, that whether they should develop product without going or without looking for whether the patent will held valid in future or not. You can also export the search results directly from here and create a report for your analysis. While doing an FTO related export, it is mandatory to choose a valid type of export. So for an example, I go to my FTO result set. I open up a patent document. This patent document is important. I see this granted patent. I see this granted patent. I evaluated both. These are important to me. I go to next patent family member. Maybe this is in China. I want to choose it here. Maybe this US is not granted. I'm not choosing it or choosing it. This EP is important. I choose it again. Go to this Korean. Go to this EP or US application. While performing an export, it is important to do an export, specific kind of export in Orbit interface for FTO. Clicking on export, go to advanced option, choose it publication and choose it selected. Now this will help you to export the data which you have manually selected while doing an FTO analysis, and your content like claim, bibliographic will be limited to the document which you have selected, not as a representative family member and performing an analysis. Till now we have seen that all of these features can be done and how export can be performed. You can also take this at the end of freedom to operate search and analysis, all the steps which you have performed, barring your similarity search, barring your citation forward and backward citation search, only the keyword related search You can save them for your future reference and to perform a search, FTO search in future also. For an example, I perform a search, multiple search today. Those are available here. I can save all the search strategies since I have done molecule search and search related to biosequence. Those cannot be saved because those are saved in a different manner. I'll just delete it, some of the references from here. And this one is from here. And let's say this one from here. All of the searches which you do, barring your searches for forward, backward citations and all of those, you can save the entire search strategy by clicking on Save Strategy. Once you save it and give it a name, FTO, maybe for a specific XYZ project, give it a date, what date you want to give it, and save it. Once you save it, it will be available in your My Save Searches. In your Save Searches, it will be available when you are performing reactivating again. It will give you, and then you say execute, and it will execute directly from here, and you can also edit from here itself. This will minimize your efforts while doing the same search again and again, or typing same keyword again in next month FTO analysis or FTO analysis while launching your product itself. You can also use this strategy by clicking on Save Search Strategy. And once you do it, it will give you a pop-up when we are doing a Save Search Strategy. It will pop up that this is search steps. All of the steps you can copy, give it in an email or a TXT patent document while an email to a particular specific person who want to replicate your FTO search results. All he has to go to search script, create search script, paste it here while opening your TXT document. Don't use email body, don't use Word document to send this keyword search query. Use always Notepad to save the entire search strategy, and please don't remove the spaces in front of a search step because it is dependent on that. Once you click on an execute, entire search strategy which you have generated, he can also replicate in his Orbit account. You can also take this help from here by exporting it as a PDF or an RTF or as an TXT. Once you export as a PDF, it will be available for your search reference. If you have done your FTO search completely and you want to save your search strategy for future reference, you can export your search strategy, go to your report which you have created and attach it as an attachment, your entire search history, and by choosing as an insert file. This will help you to revisit your search criteria instead of browsing through folders which has been created in your system or doing it in your Outlook where you have saved your search strategy for your future reference. It will be available for your future reference per se. Okay, so till now we have seen that there are things which you can explore, download, all of these things. What if I don't have time as a researcher or as an strategic department head? I don't have time to design keyword, do a semantic search, do forward, backward citations, and all of these. What if system can guide me for a preliminary, very basic, or sometime it is very specific FTO search? We have one guided activities or a consulting algorithm in Orbit interface. It is available for a premium user. It is termed as legal risk assessment. In here, you can define your search criteria and define your environment, define your competitors, and define your what are the things which are important like classification and code. It gives you an output. Is your area of development requires a detailed FTO analysis? What are the top competitors are there which can hamper your product launch? it also helps you to get an overview or strategic overview whether there will be a huge litigation in this particular specific domain or not. Now I'll take this example right now to go to next step. What next step you can take out of the search criteria till now you have performed? You can expand your search next step by creating product by claim chart, wherein product is mapped by a claim. You can create those in your Word document. You can also look for regulatory approval, like we have discussed standard essential patent. You can also look for supplementary protection certificate for pharmaceutical domain, pediatric extension. For agrochemical, you can have some regulatory extension or limitation by country itself that the product cannot be marketed. For an example, you have electric scooter, but electric scooters are banned in specific country. Though I have a freedom to operate, but I cannot market. So all of these things can also be extended further by also looking for a value addition point of view, what are the regulatory approvals are there. It is also recommended to create alerts for your competition. For an example, a specific alert is created wherein a platform patent, if it is further cited in an upcoming patent, in future, I want to know it because it is a fencing technology. I have some market product which I have created, and if it hampers my launch, I want to know that what are the fencing is there by a specific competitor, and I want to take an action for opposition or any other legal remedy. It is also recommended to go for a legal opinion from an attorney for an freedom to operate search which you have conducted as an in-house counsel. I'll take this time to ask you for one specific one poll, and I will recommend that I will request each and everyone to give an answer for it. And this question is, do you outsource your freedom to operate search for further analysis? Do you give it to your attorney, or you do it in-house to perform a freedom to operate search? It will be really helpful for me and us that to know how can we exceed further your expectations and how it can help you to further to maximize your output as a freedom to operate search. We'll wait for 40 more seconds. Okay, thank you so much for answering. We have reached to 40 seconds. We'll wait for 20 more seconds. Okay, thank you so much for answering a poll questions. I will end the poll right now. Now let's deep dive into your questions which you have raised. Yogesh, will you help me to answer the questions?
Yes, Pushpak. So let's go through some questions that have been asked in Q&A. Okay, so the first one we have is regarding the search itself. So while checking a live patents, why we need to be looking at labs publications also?
Sometimes labs publication can also be restored. It is important to notice that what are the patent which are lapsed. They are sometime it is useful for R&D people to use and innovate further on that, means use it as a free to use. But it is also important to notice that in some countries you have restoration time. Sometime it is 3 years, sometime it is more than 3 years also. And if you take an evaluation and create a report, which is, okay, patent is lapsed, you are free to use, later on it is restored, you have actual product, R&D has invested, and you are in no position to go back to your words that is free to use. You can always highlight that these are the patents which are lapsed. They can come to active life, and this is the time span wherein they can come in. It is also useful in some industries like pharmaceutical, electronic, wherein they can be part of standard essential patent or special regulatory extension. Patent is lapsed, but regulatory extension was there. You cannot actually market it because it has some life due to some extensions. So it is very important to look for lapse patent in certain technologies. Thank you for your
Yeah.
question.
Yes. On the basis of your answer itself, I had one query that in orbit, can we also look for the patents which for extension? For example, if there's any drug patent or anything and it's been extended.
Yeah, we do. In a legal status tab, you have capacity to view whether the patent was listed in SPC, whether it's a part of Orange Book, and how much extension is there. So you have estimated expiry date. It takes care of that, but you can also view expanding the legal status and view what is the extension given by FDA.
Okay. Thank you, Pushpak, for that answering that. We have one more question is, can AND operator be used in place of SDoc in full patch searches?
Yes, you can use AND operator.
Okay. And okay, this is regarding the chemistry molecule search. Can a Marcus structure can be searched in our molecule search option?
Yeah, it's a fantastic question. I would say that for newer molecules, wherein core is defined as a valid name, not as a structure one, structure two in a specification, those can be searched. If it is defined as structure one, structure two, or in image it is a part one, part two, those will not be covered. But if it is defined as methyl core or phenyl ethyl amino acid core, those you can perform searches to a certain extent. But having said that, if it is termed as a very, very general Formula 1, Formula 2, those will not be covered.
Okay. Then we have one more. It's again regarding the SDoc operator itself. Is it is it specific to use only in command line? So
Yeah,
SDoc can be used in command line only?
yes,
Question
it
mark.
can be only
Yeah.
used in command line. In interface, there is no option to choose. By default, it is an AND operator. For classification, it can be changed as an OR. To change an operator, you have to use command line, SDoc operator, not operator, and in some context, using different fields together, you have to use and change an operator in command line only, not in interface, form interface.
Okay.
Thank you for question.
Yeah. Then we have one more question is, will we get access to full prosecution history regarding a particular patent through legal status?
Uh,
Just
Prosecution history is only available at the moment for USPTO, wherein some changes, non-final action, final rejections, reassignments, examiner name, or looking for art unit, looking for looking for fee payments. All of those are available for European patent and US patent. For rest of the country, we are trying to expand. Currently, patent assignment in China, we take care of, but prosecution history per se, as a statement, what are the exchanges between applicant and examiner are given for US and EP.
okay. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that was an interesting question, and thank you for the thank you for answering it. We have another question on related to biosequence search.
Mhm.
What is the coverage of the sequence ID database on which searches are conducted in orbit? So
Coverage wise, we have multiple sources. So all of the free patent office submission for sequences, we take care of that. We also manually curate our patent indexes wherever the patent document is mentioning sequence. We curate it our own and index it. So WIPO, US, European, China are covered, more of them, and there are multiple jurisdictions. We will get back to you via email for the complete list of countries.
Yeah. Uh, we have a question that do you have any guideline for using parentheses while preparing a search string?
We have covered it. We have covered it in our masterclass 1. But to summarize it, whenever you have a different operator altogether, you have to separate it by parenthesis itself. Sometimes whenever you use logic, which is proximity logic, defining parenthesis make huge sense, wherein some of the keyword, so let's say keyword combination A, keyword combination B. If you say keyword combination A, 5W, which is 5-word, keyword combination B will give you certain results. But when you change and say keyword combination B, 5W keyword combination A, result set will be slightly different. Now it is a mathematical logic, but I would say that whenever you have a different operator altogether, please do use separate parenthesis, and this will deliver you a better result without error.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a good answer. And we have there's one last question that is okay. There are a couple of more. Okay. So there is one question is the W operator. Okay. So if we use, let's say, for example, 3W operator in between two words. So the question is, what will it cover only 3 words, or will it cover from 0 to 3 words? I think this is a good question.
It will come out from 0 to 3 all.
Yeah. Yes. So I think this kind of a question we mostly get for trainings when we go. So thank you for asking this question. And there is one more question regarding again sequence is for sequence search. Does it allow us to define percentage similarity?
Yes, definitely you have a filter wherein you can specify how much similar you want. You want query similarity, subject similarity, or alignment similarity.
Okay. And acha, so this is the last question that I've got in my list is how abundant, that is US or other countries patent application play important role in FTO, and what if the abundant application get granted after 3 years?
Abandoned patent application cannot be granted, it's say,
Yeah.
but when it is abandoned, it is not published at all because yeah, it is not published at all. Okay, so abandoned patent application means that there is no further legal remedies are available for that particular patent document, then it is free to use. But sometimes, yes, it can be restored, fee can be paid, and you can um, get an extension for to restore it. So it takes as a lapse patent. It is also useful to look for abandoned patent application wherein legal remedy exists.
Okay,
Thank you
so
for this interesting
yeah,
question.
yeah. So we have done with all the questions. Thank you everyone for attending this, and thank you so much for the such interesting questions. And thank you Pushpak for answering them all.
Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Please do send us your feedback email that what are the things which you would like to cover in future. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone, and have a good day ahead.